you join me on New Year's Eve, although it's probably New Year's Day when I get around to posting this. And today, I have my final race, my final time trial of the year, as we'll be pacing Ben for an all-out mile along the River Severn. Good luck to you, Ben. The winds are high. Hopefully it's a tailwind, as a headwind on that route can be especially brutal. Before we get to Ben's all-out mile though, I want to break down my top 5 running moments of 2024 and reveal my main goals or main races for 2025. And number 5 is the Molten Midsommar Marathon. This is an event that I didn't record, but it was one of my highlights for sure. It was more than a marathon, technically an ultra. 8 hours, 1,800 meters of elevation, 5,000 feet. It's pretty brutal. You start by climbing to the tallest peak in the first 2-3k, and then you have to navigate the northern hills, go down to Ledbury, come around, and then at the 20-mile point, which is during a marathon considered to be the wall, that's where you kind of run out of fuel reserves, where things start to get a little wonky. You've then got to climb again. So very interesting, very warm, but also very good company. And that 8 hours breezed by. It was tough, but it was just beautiful and deserving of a top 5 spot. And number 4 is the Telfa 10k training block. Now I'm saying the training block because the race itself, as fun as it was, we all know I didn't meet my A goal and I didn't run it optimally. That start was a little too fast. But hey, when you're seeing a lot of your favourite content creators and you get to say hello to them on the first kilometre, what's going to happen? So I don't regret it. It was great, very memorable, and I look forward to doing Telfa again. But that whole training block, we knew it would put me out of my comfort zone. I knew it was going to be brutal. And as tough as it was, the benefits, the speed I gained, not just in 10k, but also 5k and the mile, the gains have been huge. Brutal work, but some big results. Telfa 10k training at number 4. And number 3 is Bushy 1000, Bushy Parkrun's 1000th event, the birthplace of parkrun, where it all began. And I got to be there for that 1000th milestone event. And it was huge. Over 6,200 runners. I started at the back just to get the vibes, and because I was kind of injured. And it was immense, it really was. And I'm glad I got to capture that to give you a slice of the excitement. Just a real celebration of parkrun and everyone coming together. The ending, the queue, it was epic in its own way. But hey, I'm so glad I was there to enjoy that, as I don't think there'll ever be a parkrun event to match. Maybe in 9,000 more events when it's Bushy 10,000, but I'll be dust at that point. In the number 2 spot is Manchester Marathon. I targeted sub 4, but the morning of, I felt rough. So it was going to be a real challenge, a unique kind of challenge. But we dug deep and we went across the line in 3:58 against the odds, really. If you watch that video back, that was a rough run, but we did get it done. And my training for that marathon was when I started this channel, so it's got to be up there on the highlights, as we just now crossed 500 subscribers. So thank you all. My number 1 running highlight has to be here, 100k. So at sunrise on August 26th, bank holiday, I set out to do 100 kilometers from Worcester to Birmingham and then back again. I just wanted to complete it before sunset, which gave me around 14 hours. And yeah, 13 hours something, it was completed. Unaided, I had all my water on me. It was a very heavy pack to begin with, and thankfully I could replenish as I went. It just went superbly well. The 90 kilometers, the first 90, I was honestly in heaven. Obviously it was tough, tiring, but I was buzzing. The final 10 kilometers, that was tough, and it took a minute. Took a while for my feet to recover from that. But hey, we got it done. Learned a lot about myself, and just learned to really appreciate that canal route, which I may be revisiting a lot sooner than you think. Those are my top 5 moments: Molten, Midsommar Marathon, Telfa 10k training, Bushy 1000, Manchester Marathon, and the 100k. Over 3,500 kilometers ran this year, which is 1,000 more than the previous year. So a lot of highlights to choose from. As for my 2025 plans, I'll update you after we run this all-out mile. Good luck, Ben. This is gonna hurt.
1, go.
Oh, 7:08 on my watch. You're right. Well done, mate. Ben digging deep there and really putting up with some of my bullshit. The amount I shouted at that guy, God, I'd have swung for me at this point. But no, what a good lad. Great effort. And yeah, the mile is something else, it really is. What a beautiful place to do it though. Congrats, Ben, on such a successful year, less than a year of running. The improvements have been massive, and I'm excited for your 2025. As for my 2025, there are 2 key races. There's Manchester Marathon, where I'll be looking to get a substantial PB. And then, in October, Chicago Marathon. I got into my first major. So yeah, Jazz and I will be heading to Chicago for the first time. Deep dish pizzas, the Bear, many other things that Chicago is known for that I can't recall right now. Exciting stuff. So 2 big old races planned next year, and then obviously we'll have the shorter stuff, the longer stuff. Can't take me away from my ultras, and I'm looking forward to it. Let me know your plans for 2025. What have you got booked? What are you planning? And a happy new year to you and yours. Happy running. Bye bye.